Got it.
Hey,
Barely at the
y'all.
meeting now.
Dude. Hey, y'all. This is Jess with Girls Gone Wrong. This week's lovely guest is my beautiful friend Liz. Say hi, Liz.
Hi, everyone.
We are diving right into it. And our
Yeah.
topic this week is going to be breakups. And why, you ask? If you listen to the last podcast, I was unbelievably happy and like in it to win it. And then I got broken up with. So we're really thriving over here.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10, maybe not.
Maybe not so much.
Dude, this is the first time this week that I've like even looked like remotely
Oh, you look
okay.
gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm dehydrated with how much I've been sobbing and not enough water intake, and then just wine was soothing my pain, I guess. But I gotta say, I don't really know what to do because this is like we've all had bad breakups, right? Like, oh, we've been cheated on, or we have done the cheating, or yada yada, like anything and everything.
Yeah.
This was such a dare I say such a good breakup that it like hurts even more because I can't be mad at him, and I want to be. I'm a little angry, right? Like you called me the day after it happened, and okay.
All right, no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
We're really gonna try not to cry here, guys. And it was really fresh and it hurt, but I talked to him for over an hour on the phone yesterday, and it's just, he's going through it, and we've all been there too. So
yeah, you like almost want to sympathize for that, right? Like you can't make someone feel a certain way, right? So you are almost filling in the blanks for yourself, like, oh, I'm expecting him to feel some type of way.
Of course, I'm just coming home right now.
But you're expecting him to have some type of other feeling because you built it up in your head that it is like this, and then when it comes crashing down, it's like, oh fuck.
Right.
It's like, oh shit, the glass wall shattered, and my idea of what this was is not that.
And I feel like I was blindsided by it, like it was so unexpected. We were supposed to go home, and he was supposed to meet you and Amanda and Erica and my blood family, like he was supposed to meet everybody in 2 weeks. And this just came out of left field. And I understand that it does. I really am trying. And I'll tell you what, your whole journal keeping instead of texting him is really thriving, dude. Like it is just.
I told you, man, I filled out like a whole I filled out like a whole notebook.
It's just pages. I think this notebook is going to be finished because I'm like writing things.
I can't wait to read it on our road trip.
Oh, we're gonna. But like, it's like I think about things that I want to say to him, and I'll text it and then I erase it because I want to give him his space. I want to respect his wishes, right? And, it was such a good talk yesterday. It wasn't a good talk because it still doesn't really hurt any less.
But it was a conversation nonetheless.
It was an easy conversation, and we talked about it. I just feel that I dated such shitty people in my life that this man brought out that happiness and this light inside me that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah. And you'll find that again. And somebody that's, worthy of taking on that responsibility in their own right and on you too.
Right.
I feel that you like the no contact is probably the best. I mean, if we're talking about breakups in our 30s, right? Like, let's talk about the idea of no contact, because when we were younger, we would like break up with someone and then immediately start like
crazy
go like blowing up their phone, like just blast everything. And I feel like now, as we're like getting older, we need to process things. So like going no contact and like writing what you would say in that journal instead of saying it helps you get it out into the universe and like off your chest without the repercussions, not the repercussions, but more like oh, I now don't need a response from him because I got out what I needed to say. But it kind of sucks like the other way around if you look at it like, oh fuck, like what would he have said if I said this, you know?
Exactly. That's what's fucking, dude, it's like killing me. And I'll tell you what, the day, I think it was a little bit, I don't remember if I told you this. I think I blacked out because I was so fucking traumatized by this. But like, it was like right after I talked to you that next day or something. And Bobo calls me, right? And Bobo goes, Aunt Jessie, what happened to your boyfriend? And it was like taking a fucking bullet, dude. I'm like,
well, and then, Bo, let me tell you.
Yeah. And like Amy like grabs the phone and she was like, I was just trying to explain to her why you were upset. And like that's what she got.
But nothing's better than out of the mouths of babes, though, honestly. God. Like just the innocence of what they come up with.
I know. So, like, and she's such a little meter maid. Just meter maiden it up all the time.
I love that term, and I'm going to start using it.
You should. Justin always used it with me, so now I'm a little sad when I say meter maid, but it's okay. This is the thing. This is what I'm saying is like, this, I believe, was my first healthy adult relationship, and I wanted it to be my last. Like, I had such, we made each other laugh every single day.
But you put him on such a pedestal to get you there, right? Like in your head, if you think about it, like you in your head wanted this to be the end, like the forever and ever always kind of thing. And without the reality that he wasn't, maybe he was talking about that, but like that's such the problem too, is like we build up these stories in our head of like this fantasy that we want, like, oh my God, I'm going to be with this person forever. And we have no idea what they're thinking in their head.
Right.
And it's such a mind fuck.
It is such a mind fuck. But this is where I come from too, is I'm like such an open and honest communicator. And I'll tell you what, like it's taken me years to do that. It's taken me a long time, even with my therapist now. She's like, Jess, she'll like look at me. She's like, Jess, let's bring out the feelings wheel. And I'm like, no, fuck you. Let's not. And she is an angel. I love her. She really helps me through some shit, but like, she knows I don't want to talk about my feelings. So she brings up this wheel and I'm like, she's like, tell me, like, look at these words and tell me what you're feeling. And I'm like, I would rather die. Like, I would rather
like absolutely not. I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely not going to tell you anything.
I'm just not there.
Yeah,
but
that's okay too.
It is, but it's funny because like, you know, like it's not funny, but like 2 days prior to our breakup or separation, whatever we want to call it, because I'm going to give him his space. I'm going to give him his time. If he needs to figure his shit out, he needs to figure that out, because he did say that it is not fair to me if he can't be fully invested in us.
That's huge. That's
huge. I mean, right?
That's huge.
And it was,
that's an honest response, right? Like he is giving you literally as much as he can.
Right.
And that's fine, right? But not fine for what you want, right? Like you obviously, and that's the same thing here. Like recently, like going through my breakup, like that I was pretty blindsided, right? Like
I know when you guys were living together and you guys were together for a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, just as much blindsided as you were, but ours were more so like lack of communication, right? Like we didn't have the tools that you have built up, like to say, this is how I feel, or this is what I want, or this is whatever. Like, so that's so key and so important to be like, oh, I do know what I want and I do know how to say it and communicate it. As opposed to like just living in this fantasy little bubble and then something pops and you're like, oh fuck. Like, oh, looks like I'm moving back.
Yeah, like and I can't imagine that, right? Like I can't imagine like living with somebody and then Liz, I got fucking married and I didn't live with him.
Okay, if anyone takes anything out of this podcast, this episode, do not live with a man.
Don't live with a man or get married.
Well, it's so funny because when I was at the liquor store, like getting a bottle of wine before I started, the two ladies at the cash register, like the checkout, were talking, like slamming men. Like, I mean, as me just trying to check out with my $10 bottle of wine, they were just ripping like just having a conversation between themselves, just ripping apart men. And she's like, yeah, like couldn't they just have a sign over their head that says like red flag or like something? And I was like, I just busted
It
out laughing because I was like, oh my God, I'm so going to tell everyone that these people
it would
are
be
talking.
fucking glorious. It would be glorious if we all were able to communicate our flaws right off the bat, right?
Oh,
It
for
is.
sure.
And I think therapy has really helped me through those things. Um, and like so is my medication because I'm on like, anxiety meds and antidepressants and stuff
Yeah.
because I'm fucking crazy. And you know what? I sort of said this. So Justin knew that I was in a very bad place last year, but I never gave him the specifics of it. So
So were you holding that back from him then, in a
I
sense? Like,
I just didn't really want to discuss it.
and that's
Like,
fair. That's
right.
fair.
But if there's been a few exes that have reached out to me while him and I were together in the last 7 months, and I told them immediately.
Yeah. Which, okay, so you're not to shame you by any means, but you're
No,
almost cherry picking what you want him to know about you, right? Like,
I
because
told him
in,
everything except this one thing though, because I
I
wasn't going to
know,
be like, oh, hey, I overdosed last year because I was in such a bad
but
place. And
no,
I don't
for
even
fair,
do
fair.
drugs. Like,
But that's so fair. Okay, so fair, fair. But you have to look at it from the perspective of like, if this person was going to really truly be your comfort and your home and your like forever and
I'm going to
always.
punch you square in the face, Liz.
Why? Because I'm right.
Like, square in the
Yo,
face.
bitch, I go to therapy too, motherfucker.
Okay, should I have told him? Probably. But
I mean,
also, I
timing
didn't
is also a
I
thing too.
right. I don't want to say this to him over the phone, which I did because I was losing my shit. But like I was like, you can't, before we talked the other day, I was like, you can't get over your shit. Like I almost fucking killed myself last year. It was a whole thing, dude. And
Yeah,
he was like so taken aback. And I'm like, probably not the way I wanted to do this. But he knew that I was in a very, very, very dark place. Like he knew the majority of it. Did he know that I
the
ended up in the
extent.
hospital?
Right.
No. But I was in and out and I came home and I did what I needed to do to get better. And I didn't let that affect the relationship that I had with him.
Right. And
You
I
know,
think, yeah, like, and that's fair too, because that is like a very serious conversation and a very
right.
deep, like, again, maybe we should plug like the suicide hotline in the ads.
Yeah, we can do that.
Just because that is so serious and it happens, and like being able to trust somebody with that information is really big. And not that you wouldn't have trusted him with that information, but the timing, maybe it just had never come up into how
Right.
to approach that
Well, and that's the
conversation because
thing
it's a
is
very,
like
yeah,
whenever we were together, it was, we were on vacations or, I haven't been in that place lately in a
which is
very,
good.
which is great, right? Yeah, snaps for that.
Yes, claps for
Um,
that.
in like a year. So it's like I didn't think that it was appropriate to have this conversation over the
Sure.
phone or
Yeah.
like, have it while we're on vacation. I think,
Mhm.
if we were like the last vacation we
Bring
were
the
on,
mood down.
right, yeah, like we were with friends and
Right.
I do trust this man. I trust him with everything I have because
Yeah.
he is for the most part honest with me. I did get a little mad because I think he kept something from me, but I can look at it like I kept that from him too. I
Right.
just I wish I knew that people like I wish more people said that they were in a bad place and like talk to somebody sooner.
Yeah.
Ultimately is what it comes down to.
Absolutely. Like, um, going back to like, we never know what's in somebody's head, right? Like, people suffer from crippling anxiety, but they could wear it so well.
Well,
And so when it comes down to like having a relationship with another person that maybe they don't feel comfortable with talking about it or they don't know how to approach it, like that's so big and like could really be a downfall of certain people's relationships. Like speaking from personal experience, like I had a partner that was like that. And so
right.
when it came to trying to communicate with me, they just didn't know how, right? Like, and so I lived in this la la land when this person was really suffering. And so you have to look at it, I guess.
Excuse
I don't
me.
know. It's hard because you just never know what the other person's thinking.
But
And
that's the whole thing of communication. Like
yeah,
communication is so big and so
and there's so
key.
many levels of
Like you
communication.
just, even it, at least make the effort.
Hmm.
At least talk to somebody that you confide
Yeah,
in, whether it be a friend, whether it be your partner, whether it be, but if
yeah,
it affects things like that, if it affects other people, I think you have to talk to them,
definitely.
you
Oh, for
know.
sure. Because you can't let this person just like continue to live, like we keep talking about this bubble, right? Like you just
Right.
keep thinking like it has to burst at some point, and like you just you owe that. You don't owe anyone anything, I will say that, but in some regard you do owe your partner something like that,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just give them a little sliver of your brain so that they have that going, like I don't
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it. That's the biggest thing for me is that it's just been so beautiful with him and so easy that it's
Yeah.
like, how do I cut contact 110%?
Well,
Journal
right, your entire day like went
all
revolved
day
around
long.
that person.
Right.
Yeah, like you're just constantly talking or FaceTiming, like, looking forward to your plans and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So it's just kind of like an overall letdown because you're like, not only is my routine broken, but now the person I talk to every single day about everything is
It's
no longer
gone.
the person I could talk to about
Right.
everything. And I struggled so hard with that. Like
I was just gonna ask about that. Yeah, like tell me
I
what your
that
experience
was
was with it.
that was really fucking hard, like really hard, because not only did we talk every day, we saw each other every day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we lived together. Our entire lives revolved around what the other person was doing. So when you go from like zero, zero to 100, you know what I mean? Like it went from every single day seeing each other and talking to each other for years to
Nothing.
like this complete cutoff. Like I went complete no contact. Like even the day I moved out, like never saw him from that day.
Right.
And it was wild. Like it was just like, what do I do? Like lost. Like who am I supposed to tell this about? Like this just happened. And like
Right.
like when you feel super shitty and like you're going through something really hard, the person that you would want to talk to the most is the person that did it to you. So
Dude,
you're like, oh fuck, like, well, I can't go to you, you
what a
know?
fucking bummer, dude. Like, even today, like, I finally, I just got an apartment today. Thank God. And I'm like,
You're not
yay.
gonna be homeless.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not homeless. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, the first person I want to tell,
It's
can't.
yeah.
Can't do that. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. It's fucking nuts because you're
it's
like,
wild. I would like
ooh, in this like limbo world.
God, I would rather it be like I would rather find out that he cheated on me and then I could be mad. You know what I mean?
Right. We talked
Like,
about this. Yeah. Cause like
I know.
we talked about this, like you want to be angry at something,
Right.
right? Like you want to be angry at somebody or at an action, like if they cheated or I don't know, they punched you in the face, like something like, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how I went from domestic violence
Should
to
we also plug a domestic violence thing in because domestic
we
violence
should.
is not funny and it's
It is
not
not funny.
acceptable on any part. Women to
It is
men to women, men to men, women to women, not cool.
correct.
Side note.
Not cool.
Thank you. Go on.
Correct. But now I lost my train of
Well, dude,
but
mom text me today and I said that we were doing the podcast and I was like, take a wild guess what our topic is. And she's like, what? I was like, okay, that's not a guess. It is breakups. And she goes, yeah, I thought Liz was gonna marry that man. And I'm like, oh shit. Cheers. Cheers.
And I'm immediately sweating.
I've been, dude. I've been
Sweating.
like...
No, for sure. Like, and then to have it kind of like, how do you announce a breakup? Like, so okay, let's talk about this because I think this is like such an interesting twist on breakups in your like older lives, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys were long distance for the most part, so you guys maybe don't have as much social media presence
Right.
as somebody that like you know,
Absolutely.
lived in, whatever. Like, how do you announce a breakup? Do you?
I mean,
like, do you think like, I know again we go back to like not owing anyone anything,
right.
or like whatever,
but it's almost like you don't really want to hear about it either because you're upset. Like, you don't want to be like somebody run into you and be like, oh, Liz, how was,
you know, that fucking happened to me every single day until like
what was his name?
week.
Tyler?
No names.
Oh shit, sorry, it's fine. Anyway,
take that out. No, I'm just kidding. Leave it in.
We're not saying anything bad, but
no.
I literally forgot his name. I was gonna say your brother because you guys looked alike. You guys morphed into each other.
Well, they do say relation, like your significant other does look like you.
Oh, did I look like Justin?
No, and maybe that's why he's not your significant other.
That was
I'm sorry, that was mean.
That was fucking mean, Liz. Like,
I love you.
I can't wait until you fly out here to drive home with me, because then I'm gonna leave your ass on the side of the road. Like, that was
please at least leave me by the world's largest picnic basket, so at least I can enjoy myself.
I can't wait to take a picture of you and Roscoe in that.
Like, can I try to put Roscoe in the basket?
If I wonder if they let us in. I wonder if we can go in it.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think you can go in the giant shoe. Did I not send that to you?
I don't think so, David. Anyway,
I sent you the elephant though.
You did send me the elephant and the antique shop. I'm super excited to hit.
Yeah, there's a cool barbecue place next door, so that's where we can go.
Yeah, if you guys didn't catch on, Liz and I are going on a road trip. And
yeah, so Cash App, Venmo, send us.
Yeah, let us get drinks on the way. We will also attach those. Like, all the bad shit, and then our PayPals and stuff. Like, it'll be fun.
Yeah. How about my boss today, he goes, whatever you do, don't park your car on the side of the road and sleep. And I was like, I was never gonna actually do that ever. But that was his words of advice for
I've done that
this road trip. That's so dangerous. You can get hit by a car in the middle of the night.
Oh, dude, like, I mean, not by the side of the road. I mean,
that's
like,
what he meant. Like, don't park
in
on
a
the
rest
side of the
stop or something.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, he said like pick like a well-lit area, like Walmart.
Okay, does he know that you were going with somebody who has brain cells?
I think so. Well, he's never met you, so maybe not.
Probably he's gonna be like, oh, she's friends with Liz. No.
I better say the obvious.
Yo, and what is with our bitch friend not texting us back?
I know. I'm just looking, what the fuck?
Shout out to you, AK.
Yeah. Hope you're listening.
She does, dude. She listens every week.
Just can't join. Can't join. Well, okay, let's circle back. All right. Circling back to, because we could just go off the hinges.
This is what we do. Yeah.
Circling back to like how to
announce a breakup. Yeah, good one. Good one.
How to like approach that. Because I feel like, or a divorce, right? Like, so not maybe how do you announce a divorce, or how do you announce a separation? Like,
well, when I got divorced, I said to everybody, yo, fuck that guy. So that's
valid though. That was a valid.
That's how that was announced.
But when things happen, so maybe I should add some more context.
Yeah.
When the breakup happens in sort of not mutual, because this was clearly not mutual from either of our stories, but
no, it was our dudes.
Right. Yeah, fuck them. They clearly don't know what's good.
Come on. No, we're nice to them. You're nice to them.
Fine. Anyway, but like when it happens more amicable, right? Like,
yeah,
what do you do? Like, because when in your divorce situation, we wanted to like smear him everywhere, right?
Yeah,
so like fair, like fuck that guy. But and same with like Erica's, right? Like fuck that guy. Fuck him.
That guy, dude. I know.
But when it happens in sort of a way that you are less not less bothered, but like less angry at a certain situation, what do? Do you leave your Instagram photos up? Do you like, I mean, I overcorrected and just deleted my Facebook, and because I was like, I don't want to deal with any of it.
Well, and I think that's avoiding it, right? I think so. Here,
avoidant.
Avoidant, not us. It was funny because when I was talking to Justin yesterday, he said something about being petty and mean. And I was like, what do you mean? You think I could be petty and mean? Which we all know I can be. And I think I was crying. So he was like, well, Jess, yeah, I think you can. I was like, that was supposed to be sarcastic. And I'm like, just crying.
That was a rhetorical question.
That was funny. I'm being funny. Sobbing. That is a trauma response, people.
Oh, yeah, I'm funny because of
the trauma.
Thanks, parents.
I think
if you didn't give me anything, at least you made me funny.
I think ultimately it comes down to it that your close people already know.
Sure.
Like when it happened, Kim knew. The second it happened, you guys knew. You and Amanda and Erica and Amy, and I called Uncle Rich up, and he was at the bar shooting darts or some shit. He was like, "Oh man, give me a minute." And he calls me back.
I'm on the third frame. Give me a second.
Yeah, but I think your people already know, so you don't really have to explain it to anybody else. And if you choose to, you choose to. But I was so angry in those first few days that I did delete him. I blocked him on Instagram because I couldn't even look at him. I deleted all our texts because I was rereading them and sobbing. You know what I mean? And that I think
see where it all went wrong.
Right. And then but I couldn't regardless. But I think seeing that, I just needed to not look at it. Just how he needs space, I needed to not keep rereading those because my life still has to continue. I still have things to do. I still have to move on. I can't just stop because someone chose to, not that he chose to not love me, because he does and I do him. It's just right person, wrong time. I don't know
if I believe in that, but I'm a big fan of the archive button.
Me too. I archived all our pictures at first.
I was gonna say I didn't delete shit. I
archived everything at first, and then I blocked him, and then I also apologized for blocking him. I was like, that was petty of me. And then I brought all our pictures back because he's a good, if nothing else, he's been a beautiful person in my life for me. And that's all I can say about it.
I was listening to a podcast once about sort of this very similar topic, and they were talking about how you should always leave the person better than when you found them. I don't necessarily believe with that because fuck them, they're still not with me, so I don't want them better for somebody else.
See, that is being petty, Liz.
Yeah, no shit. I never claimed not to be, Jessica. You are the one that claimed to be or not to be.
I am petty, but I'm trying not to be.
But
if you fuck with me, wrong thing to do.
Yeah. But I kind of get it, right? You do still you had this love, this deep connection with this person, so you do want the best for them. You do want them to be happy in whatever form they are in. Can you be mad and can you not agree with that? Absolutely.
Which I still am. Yeah.
So I think that's what you're kind of saying, right? Not deleting them because you do still care about that person and you still don't want harm on that person. You know what I mean?
No, not at all. I care deeply for him.
So you giving that person so much love and so much energy that at the end of the day, you maybe are leaving them better than when
I hope
you found them.
I hope I did. I can say that for I've never laughed with somebody like I laughed with him. And, I did urge him to, if there's anything he needs, if you get out and exercise, if it's going to make him happy, get out. And, we all hit rough patches. And
you ever have a relationship you don't wish the good for somebody?
Yeah, dude. Shane last year, 100% easy.
That was so quick, guys. We didn't even pause for her to take a second.
Naming names, 100%. That's it.
Fuck that guy.
I'm at first when Erica and I started this podcast, we're not naming names. No. And I'm like,
Yeah, and I do not wish Erica's husband good.
No, John sucks, and I love Erica dearly, and I will call him out by name just because if he has a problem with it, he can fucking talk to me because he did my girl dirty, and I will never forget that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like he's
fuck
not
you,
going to be
John.
better. He's not going to be better.
No.
After no, she
No.
is. She is,
dude. She did a glow up like I've never seen.
I know,
and she
I know.
is
She looks
fucking
great.
on it, and you know she's a nurse
Sabs night when
she,
you come back.
Oh yeah, remember we all met each other there.
Like, I know, last year around this time.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I was home because I overdosed. Like, yes. That's... Wait, I thought we were having a pizza night at Amy's.
Yeah, for when we get home.
Okay, yeah, either
Can
one.
we not go there?
I mean, I'm going to Sabs. I'm getting shitty at Sabs. So I have a tentative start date for my work, which is going to be August 1st. I might ask if I can get a few days leeway because just because my apartment won't be ready really until then. So I just want to get the boys like situated and stuff and be able to be there and like Amazon shit because God, I have stuff here. I have stuff well, I don't really have anything in Colorado anymore because Eileen brought all my shit and like dropped it off. She was like, see ya. Cool. I still have shit at my Graham's house in Pennsylvania, and like my ex-husband has stuff in storage for me in Arizona.
Like, so when we take this trip in 4 days.
4 days.
5 days? 5 days?
I mean, 4. Whatever we're really feeling, man.
Are we carrying another car? Like,
no.
Where are we putting all of this shit?
So I have like a top thing that I put all my clothes in, and then I'll like hide stuff under the seats so we have like more room with everything. Don't worry, you'll have room. You'll be fine.
I'm literally bringing a backpack with 3 t-shirts in it and some underwear.
Solid, dude. No pants? Hell yeah.
No pants.
I love that. Dude, wait until you see Atlas.
Pants.
Wait until you see Atlas in the car. He is wild.
Bring them drugs.
Well, he has some, I think he has some THC here. But Roscoe's going to try to sit on your lap. Wine. So do I. Pause quick.
I can't find my hair tie.
Liz just said she looked like Lord Farquaad, and I think that's amazing.
I do. So now I just figure out.
Everybody our age knows. Should we get tattoos on our road trip?
What kind of time do you think? Yes.
We don't really have a lot of time.
Should we get a little car?
Okay. Okay.
Going like with like smoke in the muffler going like boom boom.
We can.
Boom boom.
We can get whatever.
Can we play the license plate game?
What is the license plate game?
You gotta like pick the states.
Like, you just have to find the license plate states?
Yeah. So like say we say like Florida. And you gotta like
Florida, I wish would fall off the face of the earth, and I'll tell you why.
Well, my mom lives there, not that. Like, okay, how about just her little house stays?
Her house the rest of Florida can stay.
But the rest of the state can just go right down the garbage.
See ya.
See ya fucking never.
See ya never. That's where the ex lives. This satanic person from hell. Also, let's fucking, you know what? I don't even give a shit. Let's get into it. How about mine and Amanda's ex being married?
There's a fucking shoe for everyone, I suppose. But goddamn.
What the fuck, dude?
I mean, if nothing, it kind of makes like you guys weren't marriage material.
Neither one of us. But wait, dude, there's more. He also
there's more. Insert like ShamWow guy.
He messaged me on OnlyFans.
So he's still paying you in some way.
Dude, you know what? To each their own. It's a business transaction for me. I don't give a fuck.
And you don't have to deal with them.
No, but like why? Like why? Yeah.
It's weird.
Okay, so this is my thing.
Do you think a lot of people have exes that follow their OnlyFans page?
I
Because
don't
that's
know.
weird, right? Like, because that's like a whole thing. Like, do they
It's a
follow
whole,
them on Instagram too?
I don't know. It's a whole thing. I believe it is weird, but I think about it like, and all the guys that have come back to me, which has literally been basically every single one, except there was one that like we broke up and we just stayed broken up. But like everybody else has come back. Like, am I the fucking problem?
Oh, I
Like,
know I'm the problem.
why? Why? Why do you think that?
All right,
What do you think are your flaws then? Tell me what your flaws are. Let's
how
do
long
it.
is this podcast?
We can do it two-part. We can do whatever the fuck we want, dude.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm entirely the problem. I think I have problematic tendencies to like stay in situations or with somebody that is not serving me in like a sense. Like, I guess like when we were younger, right? Like we would just date whatever. Like not date whatever, but like,
Basically,
or yeah, our bar was really low.
it was
And
terrible to me.
my bar was like
Yo,
under below
I,
C.
I
Like
know the things that you have done.
my bar was like currently on the deck of the Titanic
My,
at age 23. And not in the 19th whatever when it was like
we were terrible.
no, it was terrible. And I think we just accepted that behavior. So that is like a fault of mine, is like not knowing that you should be treated better, or
Right.
that wasn't, so that's like my fault. Like I should have gotten out of situations way earlier than I did because of who that person was. But in my head, it's like, oh, I'm kind of happy, I'm kind of fine, and I'm kind of like young, dumb, and what, naive.
Normally they say full of cum after that, Liz, which may or may not be true.
May or may not be true, but thank God none of them resulted in children.
Oh
Um,
my God. I would have fucked, dude. No.
it's fine.
Carry on.
Moving
Carry on.
on. Carry on. But I think as I got older, I started to see it, but didn't necessarily change my ways. So,
Okay.
like, knowing I deserved better did not change me to look for something better. I looked for the same type of person, that person that was out, that person that I thought was fun, that person that, like, definitely was showing really shitty communication, really, like, self-absorbed,
Right.
like, all about themselves. And what did I do? I did absolutely nothing to change that. Like I could have very well, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. So now do you feel at our age now that like you're willing to change that? Or are you
yeah,
still
because
just
I
having
think
fun? Or like what do you want out of life? Like are you dating? Are you not dating? Are
I'm not
you
dating. No,
looking
no,
for
that's trash.
anything?
No, I'm working on myself. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, because now I think I'm at the age where I value myself a lot more. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think it took a lot of years to like value yourself and what you put yourself up into. Like, I no longer want to put myself in like situations that are like compromised, right? Like where I'm at the bar falling over, throwing up on myself, like shit like
Yeah.
that,
No,
like until three
nobody
in the
wants
morning.
that.
Like nobody wants that. Like I don't want that anymore. And I think being able to take yourself out of that and like grow. I don't want to date because I don't want to have to like necessarily practice that. Because like if someone comes along and I don't want to like be tested yet. I'm not ready yet to be tested on whether or not I would still put up with the same shit that I used to
Right.
put up
Right. I feel like I'm gonna take a break. I just don't have any desire to date anybody who, now that I saw the good
yeah.
that I am
And what you're
capable
able
of
to get.
having, and
Yeah.
for a long time, like you've known me for how many years? Like I didn't think that was something that was up my alley, and now that I know that's what
Yeah.
it is, I think I
Isn't that
just,
fucking nuts?
it's nuts because like I don't give a shit. Like if somebody comes up to me tomorrow and it's like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, like, probably fucking not. Get out of my
Right.
face. Like I
Right.
do not want to date at all.
No.
I think I'm going to take this time.
Do it. Take the time.
Like, I want to work on myself, and whether he comes back or not, I just need to focus on me. I'm going to focus on the time with my family and my friends. And, you know, like, you guys are family. So I hate even saying like family and friends. That's stupid.
No, but we get it.
Yeah, but like nobody who is my friend is not my family. You know what I mean? No. Like, that, those
me
two.
For too long at this point.
Right. But like,
you've known me longer than Bobo. So, I mean.
Dude, what a meter maid. She was so mad at Weaver today, and you should have heard them on the phone. Weaver's just sitting there talking shit, dude. And I'm like, and she's like, no. Like, Weaver's like, yeah, well, it was something about swimming, and he's like, if you don't do it, Faye's gonna go. Like, we're gonna get Faye these swimmies and stuff. And she's like, oh. I'm like, get a grip, dude. Grow up.
Fighting with a toddler. I love it.
That's what we do. But yeah, no,
we have so much experience dating our exes that it is like dealing with toddlers.
You know what?
My last one, he was not a toddler. Like, I would say, in respect to him, he was not. He wouldn't throw like temper tantrums. Like, that was one good thing. But I have dated boys that are throwing full goddamn temper tantrums. And what would I do? Absolutely fucking nothing. Like, and dude, I don't want to shame myself for like not doing anything, but I think it takes a lot to grow, and
you've learned from it.
Right.
And that's how I feel
learned
too.
What I don't want to do.
Well, right. And like, you learn as you get older, right? Like, the shit we've done and dealt with previous to, you know, our last relationships were like, it was just shit. It was shitty. We were in some shit that they like, oh my God, they would punch holes in our walls. They would fucking show up where we were because they didn't trust us, even though we were doing nothing wrong. We would do the same to them because like,
they don't listen to your podcast, do they?
No, maybe. It was this vicious cycle, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. And being cheated on so much, I'm like, did I do that in my past when I was younger? Yes, absolutely. We've all been there.
Yeah.
But in my adult life, I would not, because I know how badly it hurts, that I would never go down that road.
Well, yeah. And like, also going back to sort of like the cheating thing, right? Like, you got cheated on so much that at that point you did also have episodes of cheating on your like significant other, but because it all felt normal, right? Like, in our early 20s, nothing made sense. We were just sort of like whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, with literally zero regard for anything. And I think looking back at it now, like, I would never do what I did in the 20s, right? Like, that's crazy. The thing, how I'm still alive in some ways is just like a shock to the system. But
Liz, I remember I took you home from a party, and
Tell me more.
Dude, it was me. I
really don't remember.
It was me and Travis Chapman. Yeah. God, it's been too long. And we took you home from you probably know whose house. L. Dude. Dirt bikes. L. Okay.
Oh.
We took you home. And the minute we got back, I said,
did I throw up everywhere?
No, I said, where the fuck is Liz? And Travis is like, we just dropped her off, dude. Like, we were insane back then.
Yeah. Oh my God, insane. And like, the amount I would drink and drive, like, oh my God, makes me physically ill thinking.
Physically sick, right?
Like, I absolutely would never do that now, but
I've done it. I did enough for all of us. You've done enough for all of us. And you know what? Some
people are lucky. For sure. And like, and then my next life also enough for that too.
No, some people like get caught and some people don't. And you know, I have been one of those people that recently got a DUI, and it sucks. Like, it sucks, but I think it comes down to it. Like, people are lucky or they aren't. I mean, you know, I was very lucky that I didn't cause an accident or hurt myself or hurt anybody else. But at the same time, it's like, it's this whole fucking thing that like when you finally get caught with it. I mean, we were driving back roads when we were fucking 16, 17, 18, getting plastered.
And literally the purpose of going out was to drink and drive.
Right. And that's what we did.
You put a playlist and a 6-pack in the car.
That's it.
Golden.
Dude, you, me, and man, we were going out. We were getting a bottle of vodka and a fucking 12-pack. Like, when we were babies. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
No,
but like
chain smoking ciggies.
Yeah.
Fucking chatting about fucking everything. But also creeping our ex-boyfriend.
Oh my God.
But you know what? Also, can we talk about like when you would break up with somebody in your early 20s, the dynamic was so different. Like you would go out immediately, and like do whatever you wanted. Just like everyone sort of like rally. And I think now that we're older,
I said, dude, I'm in bed all day.
Yeah. We're like, oh, we're like in the deep sad right now.
Like,
and I can't really go out. Oh,
I don't want to do anything.
I could maybe drink this glass of wine, but it's kind of just to put me to sleep without crying.
Yeah,
it's like, not dude, to get it's been tough. Like today's hard. I'm gonna have a glass of wine to like ease myself into this night. But like back in the day, it'd be like, yo, you want to go get fucked up?
We would and rage and go anywhere, dude.
But like it'd be like 24-hour turnaround time.
Yeah. Like, we wouldn't even do it. Like they broke up with us that day and we would be out that night. That wasn't even a 24-hour turnaround. That was like a 2-hour turnaround. We'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah. I remember when I lived with another ex and they moved out and their shit was like, they destroyed the house. I had like Brittany other people came over within that same day and we were drunk at the apartment.
Yeah.
The same day.
What you do?
Like in the same day that I was gathering all of my shit and like it's just now I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna be alone for the day. I'm just gonna let me be in my feelings.
And then how bad is that? Like nobody wants to be in their feelings, dude. I hate feelings.
No, same.
And I sit there. So like Kim stopped hugging me because like she would see me so upset and she'd like go to hug me and I would sob even harder. And I was like, please don't. Like I'd see her. I saw her walking towards me the other day. I said, no, I can't do it.
Turn around. Turn around.
Every now and then I get yes. Like I would be like I cry way worse when you like hug me, and I'm like, no.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like my first week of separation, I definitely like anytime someone even just try to embrace me, I'm like,
it's awful.
Like I'm ugly crying.
Ugly crying. I've ugly cried so many times in the last week to everybody. And it's not just like, dude, it runs through my family like fucking wildfire. Like, you know, one of my best friends, Mike, he is also friends with my ex-partner. And like, he like immediately was like on the phone, like, talk to me, what's going on? Like, and then he, from what I hear, I love you, Miguel. He also messaged like mom, and mom messaged Amy, and Amy messages Aunt Cher, and Aunt Cher messages Hannah, and like it just fucking goes.
Goddamn. Like what is that chain reaction?
Yeah, like, it just goes through a thing, and I get it, and I know they're worried about me, and I know they're worried about like the past that I have, you know, not only put myself through, that I put them through.
Yeah. And they're just protecting you.
Right. And I couldn't ask for, you know, better people that, you know, call me the same day. They hear about it, they sit down, they're like, talk to me, what's going on?
Well, that's your support system, right? Like that's
right.
I think
and that's sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go.
Well, and that's why I'm coming home. Like I'm far enough away from home, but still close enough. But I just
the person worried about to drive 19 hours. That is not close enough.
Well, I'm only 3 hours.
Closer than Colorado, I suppose.
Yes. Well, but I'm closer than, you know, I'm only 3 hours away when I get this apartment, when I move into this place. And
I thought you meant
I know you're blonde, Lizzie.
I've had half a bottle of wine.
Okay. This is what I drank in the last 2 days.
That's a big bottle of wine.
And Justin made it.
Oh, Jessica.
Anyway, we still care for you. I'm just saying, like, I'm coming home just because I feel like, when's the last time I was there? Like, it's
Years.
been, I
Years.
think
We
I
probably it was
left.
probably like after we lived together.
Oh, it was, but yeah, but like I left in 2017
Yeah,
and I've
that's
been
wild.
bouncing around ever since, but I've never really like came home for like
I think that'll
it
be
to
good for
be
your
there.
soul. Like,
I think it was. I think I've done my shit. I think I've done what I needed to do. The reason I'm coming home is because my support system is so strong there that even though I still will be 3 hours away, I can start the business that I want to start. I can focus
yeah.
on myself. I can
If you wanted
see
to come home, you can be home.
right.
Like
And I can see the girls and I
holidays,
can grow up with
vacation.
them. And, that's not to say I wouldn't move away again because I
You think you're just
probably
running away from your problems then if you do?
okay, I always do. Thank you. But this was before this was before he broke up with me. So technically it's not running away from my problems. Fuck you, Liz. Like
And then if you do it again, if you run it like leave
my thing
again.
is this is like so again, not trying to give too much away. When we were talking the other day, he mentioned something about like me bullshitting him or like joking about him like, oh, you'll have to really like New York, because I'm going there to go there. Like I want to settle down a little bit,
Sure.
but I almost feel like a loser saying this. That's not to say like I would go anywhere he asked me because I'm that much of I'm that kind of person,
But are
like
you compromising then what you want to fulfill his relationship needs instead of your
no, I
own?
don't think
Because that's
that
what that sounds like.
I think it does sound like that, but I think ultimately like
Oh, I just burped. Can you please edit that out?
I didn't even hear it, dude. Why would you say anything? God. I think like I think me doing that, there's a certain time I want to be home to get my own business off the ground ultimately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um and I think with, like everybody around, I can definitely get that done. But I think, I'm a lover, dude. I'm in when I'm in, and
Yeah.
maybe I won't be in anymore after this. I don't know how I'm going to feel or how I'm going to grieve or how I'm going to process it.
It's too fresh
Um,
right now to
it's too fresh, right? And like, maybe down the road something different will come out of it. Maybe it won't. I don't know, but I know that this man is important to me. And again, maybe down the road if something happens and he's like, hey, I'm ready, maybe move out here. Like, dude, I
but
would
if you're yeah, but like I think if that were to ever come up and say it's 3, 4, 5 months down the line, right? Like you have no idea where your growth is going to be at that point. And I
right.
think
So
you could
that would be
very well be like, fuck you.
that
Like,
would be a compromise in itself. Like, I would not go then. I'd maybe
yeah,
go in a couple years, in a year or two or three. Like, I would go then. I need to do my own shit now. Like, I was
yeah.
given
You
this
need to do what you need
chance
to do.
to not, how do I say it? Like, not worry about somebody else. That, like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to work on what I want to work on. I'm going to work as
Yeah.
a business owner and as a manager and like get my shit done. And if, he wants to come visit, he can come visit. If he doesn't, he doesn't. This is all so fucking like, I have no idea what to do
Yeah.
at
But
all.
we can make that fun, right? Like the not knowing what the like your expectations are low then, right? In like the good way. Because like you're not setting yourself up
Yeah,
for
they were
like
low. They were low in the bad way for a long time,
right.
dude.
But like this way, you're not putting in your pressure of like, will he propose to me? Will he be this person? You don't have to have that, right? You get to
Right.
just do this
I
whole
just get to
thing.
be me.
You get to just be you. And like, you don't have to appease somebody's schedule. You don't have to appease somebody's behavior or like whatever. You just get to enjoy this moment for what it is,
Right.
have fun. You don't have to check in with anybody. You don't have to like do any of that And then say like in a couple of months, yeah, if he reaches out and you're in a headspace where you're like, yeah, I still really care about you, and he, says he
Right.
worked on shit or whatever, like then you can have that conversation. But I think
Exactly.
right now, the bar being where it's at is like what you need.
Right.
Like I think you might not have been as eager to move and do this New York thing, knowing, or if you were still in the same relationship, because I think a couple podcasts back you were talking about like how much this is going to affect your relationship because of the change of time zones. So like think about it that way, like that was going to be in the back of your head the whole time of
Right.
like I can't talk to him when it's convenient anymore. Like it's going to have to be way more scheduled. It's going to have to be
And it
like
would,
harder
yeah,
to,
absolutely.
yeah, like all of these things were going to be in the back of your head whether you wanted them to or not.
Right.
And you being up there was something you wanted. You're closer to your people, and like things, and like working up in that in like upstate New York and like whatever for your business, like that's huge.
Yeah.
Like in this side of the country, like working in that region is just like working in Napa on the other side. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it is.
so I
It's
think
it's just I mean, Napa sucks, but yeah, it's definitely
I've never
different.
been because I've never been to California and cultured swine.
Okay, well, I've been there enough for the both of us, so we don't need to talk about
That does not count.
it.
No, but you know what I mean? Like
Right.
you definitely would have not maybe thrived as much or wanted to thrive as much, right? Because
Right.
you in the back of your head, like, I want to get back to California or I want to get back to him
Right.
instead of what makes you happy and what this ultimately means for you,
Right.
not for somebody else.
Mhm. And that's like the shitty part of it because I'm like I now have to like just do it alone.
Yeah.
Like I just have to be alone by myself with the boys and just be like, but we have to work on us. We have to work on what we want to work on. We have to.
Girl, when I moved into my empty ass apartment with me and my boys, I sat in the like empty living room because my couch didn't get delivered. And I just said, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude,
Like
are you
I'm back
fucking
doing it alone. Like
serious?
like I know I'm independent, but bitch, I didn't want to be.
It's
I was
hard. It's
ready.
hard. And let's be honest, dude, like between like rent and dogs and doing all the things, like it's just how does one person do it by themselves?
Right.
Like it's so
It's hard.
fucking hard. And I'm not saying I've done it all the time by myself. So I'm not saying like, oh, I need a man to like help me out. Like
No, but
that's
it's
not.
fucking nice when they're there because bitch, I want to go to dinner for free. I want to look cute for someone other than my fucking dogs.
Heard that, dude.
Like I
Maybe.
want to like
Yeah,
get
but
dressed up.
we're gonna
Yeah.
spend my birthday in the Finger Lakes. Do you need a refresher? It's September 29th. We're
I
like,
know, but I didn't realize there was a plan.
there's not a plan, but you know what? I think we should do like a hot dinner date and like just oh yeah, we're gonna fucking I'll wear my old wedding dress out. I don't give a shit.
Can I wear a dress since I've never been married?
Yes, you can. I'm actually getting rid of that. I'm donating it to a good cause.
Like a consignment shop? Like a
No, it's called Lay Me Down. It's where infants
nope, moving on. That's too sad.
yeah, but
I
then
get it. You
they
can
can get gowns made and yeah.
oh, so sweet.
Yeah. I'm like a pretty decent person, dude. So if anybody here is watching this and realizing like, wow, she's a catch, don't fucking text me. Don't come at me because I never want to date another man again. Thank you.
I'm not accepting applications at this moment, but if you wait like 3 to 4 months, I will process them then.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just put them in a folder. Be like, we'll
I'll
see
file
what
them away for when I'm lonely. Cuffing season is like around September. It starts getting fall and spooky. And
Dude,
I saw like a TikTok. I saw a TikTok the other day. There's like, if you start dating now, we'll be in a pumpkin patch by fall and
I
in matching
cannot.
pajamas by Christmas.
I'm gonna be having wine by myself in my apartment, probably crying a little bit. We'll be on FaceTime,
But
babe.
I'll wear a spooky mask.
Yeah, like I'll dress up. Like I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Like I
And
can't
like,
believe I have to go to this new place. Not have to. I'm choosing to, but I'm gonna go to this new place. Like, who are my friends? Who do I have to be like
who do you
friends
have
with?
friends with now?
I mean, Kim, and she's my roommate. Obviously, she's my friend, right, Kim? You're my friend. We've been friends for a long time, but now
No,
like
but
I'm
I mean,
moving to
like,
this new place where I like don't know anybody, and it's so hard. You know what a struggle with me too is? It's I
we should
have
talk
to
about this.
what?
Like how you make friends in your 30s.
I fucking make friends. Oh, we can, but I do it all
I
the
don't make
time.
friends in my 30s. I'm
I do
like,
it.
don't
But
talk
my
to
thing
me
is too, right now, like I have to always keep that boundary of me being a boss and me being a friend because I've made that mistake before
and it backfired.
previously. I mean, it didn't backfire, but like it can get like a little different, you know?
Oh, for
So,
sure. Yeah, because they might not take you as seriously, right? Like, and you still need to be an authoritative. Well, I don't know words. You know that.
yeah,
Authority figure, authority
exactly. Yeah,
figure,
for sure.
and you can't if you're out drinking with your.
Exactly. And that's what, so like that cuts out half my friends because I can't be friends with these people if I'm their
Right,
boss, you know, but even though
right.
I spend all day with them. So like now I've like went out on like friend dates with Bumble.
Oh wait, I was okay. So like Bumble Friends,
Yeah,
it's like a thing. Like I
that's a
know it's a
thing, dude.
thing, but like I've never done it, so I
I've
don't
done it.
believe that it's a thing.
Yeah, I've done it.
Did you meet anyone?
Yeah, I met one of my girlfriends. Like, you know, I obviously moved out of Denver, so I haven't talked to her in a while, but like we went out on a couple like friend dates and like we just bullshit and went to the bars and had a good time.
I think that's so cool because
Yeah,
I don't know how to meet friends. Like, I mean, obviously, I think I have like a roster that I'm good with, I
yeah,
suppose, in like some way. I don't really want to like build off of it, but I also think all of our lives have changed so much, right? Like, if
for
you
sure.
look at and different parts of the country, right? Like everyone's everywhere else. You have to start as you're an adult finding friendships that match the lifestyle you decided and you chose,
Right.
right? Like we chose to be childrenless. We chose to maybe put our career and like our lives in a different direction.
Yeah,
So like what does that mean for us, right? Like what does that mean for the friends that we have because we don't necessarily have to plan 6 months in advance. I mean, 6 months in advance is nice even for us because
for sure.
we're busy people, but like we don't have kids to work around. So like it hurts certain friendships because you don't have the same schedule
I agree.
as opposed like when we were early 20s when we were like everyone was out on a Tuesday afternoon. You know what I
All
mean? Like
doing it. I know. I don't I fuck, man. I don't know how we do that.
let's
I
do
have
let's do an episode on when you move, like finding like
finding friends.
what that looks like, finding friends in like a move. And
I mean, we can do that.
that'd be
But I've
fun.
done it so much, right? Like
Yeah, I've
I have
never.
friends in Thailand and Ireland and all states I could even think of. Like I've moved so many times that I have these people from all over. And do we talk every day? No. Do we do this every day? No. But like Liz
Guys, are you guys
and
watching the downward spiral of
Liz
me after
just
2 more?
Liz just spilled wine on herself, guys.
If
But
you're
like
not watching the video,
I
which
have friends everywhere. Are
yeah,
they, you know, great friends? Are they whatever? But like they're friends. Like they're
right,
friends I can call up if I'm in the area and say, "Hey, let's go grab lunch,"
sure.
or blah blah blah, whatever. But
Or chit
like,
chat with, like
yeah.
catch up. Yeah.
But like when you think about it, how many times I've moved, how many times like I've met groups of friends over and over and over and over again. Like my circle, I still think is like pretty fucking small for that.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's a different circle, right? Like it's a social circle versus like a connection circle. So like the
Yeah,
people
that's
in
fair.
your
That's fair.
smaller circle that know the ins and outs of your daily life,
Right.
are so much different than maybe the people that you used to hang out with at a couple wineries in Colorado or something
Right.
like that, where you're kind of like in passing friends, like, oh my God,
I know, I saw.
She's looking at the light in the fucking. So yeah,
enjoying
like
his life.
the difference of like friends in passing, like maybe some of those friends could turn into deep connections if you wanted them to,
Right.
but that would be like a whole other level of work, right? Like you'd have to really want
For
them to
sure.
be in the know on who you are and like what you're up to and
I'm
stuff.
gonna squirrel brain it. When is the last time you had sex?
Me,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
If you fucking tell me.
I'm not going to tell you anything. So go ahead.
Oh. I fuck. Dude,
When's the last time you had sex?
when I was with my ex-partner on vacation.
It was like 3 months ago.
It was the beginning of May, June,
That's
July.
3.
Close. Wow, that's a bummer. Okay. That was like taking a bullet.
That question backfired.
Oh my God. Dude, my mom said if you don't use it, you lose it.
Well, you're losing it, man. However, no. I'm just kidding. I've been single way longer than you have. So you've been single for like 72 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been single
Still.
for months.
And you're
I
not
did
on.
go on a date. I
I
did go on
remember
a
that.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just not my thing. I think I'm
He was
very much.
tall though.
I said it'd be really good for you. I think that like I don't believe necessarily like love at first sight or like love at first like thing
No, I
because
don't think so
it's
either. Fuck
I think you have
that.
to like learn
Absolutely
that
not. You
person.
have to know that person. 100%. You have to know.
Definitely. But there should still be some interest. Do you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Like
100%.
I left the date and I didn't have their number or anything like that and like they only had mine. And I got a text from them and I had zero ambition to respond. Like nothing in me was like
Oh,
engaged by it.
that
Like I
sucks.
wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, he texted me. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm so excited to like chat with him and like see about how his day was. Like I'm giving two
Right.
shits. Like
Yeah.
not that he wasn't a really nice person because
And
he
that's
was.
fine. There's
He just
just
was not
for
in
you.
it for me.
Right.
And I was like, oh, maybe I'll give it another chance. And then I was like, for what? Like, I'm wasting both of our times. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
for what? Me to like, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I think
But
dating is
that's
really hard
good
for
that
me.
dating is so hard, but that's so good that you recognize that you're like, I'm not wasting my time or yours. Like,
But I
had
left him on red because I'm still reverting back to old past. Just we're working on it in therapy. Okay. But I was like, in my head, I was like, I should respond to him. I feel really bad. And then I got too far past the window of response. And I was like, I can't respond to you 5 days later. This is now awkward. So, uh, you know what I mean?
Do I?
No,
Like,
probably not.
dude, I
Somebody out there listening to this podcast knows what
knows
I
what you
mean.
mean. Yeah, for sure. But like, girl, fuck, Liz.
I know. I know. It was super shitty, but he was young. He'll bounce back.
Oh, how young was he?
30.
Yeah. I'm telling you though, like my thing is that like I have a lot of things, I guess, but like my ex-boyfriend was a little bit older. Like, what do I have to do? Date a man in hospice next time to like be able to get something
Closest to death. Yeah, as long as they're in,
close to death.
I would say not hospice, because at that point they can't change their will because
What do
they're
you mean they can't? As long as they're coherent, they can. Hey, bitch, I'm not after a will, but like,
I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not.
I mean, I'm not, but also, no, you know what? I have loved penniless men, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I am so used to paying for myself and for my partner that, like, I look at it like Justin used to be, he used to get a little offended sometimes. He's like, why did you get that bill? Or why did you know? And I'm like, I don't know, because it's like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
take
because
care
you
of,
want to contribute too. Like you don't want to be like that person that's like, oh, look at me, like that person pays for everything for me when
I've never
you
been
make
that person, Liz, because I
right,
don't
right. That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
know.
Like, because you've always earned what you had. So
Right.
like being able to say, I got the check is like admirable. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I earned this. I'm gonna treat you to dinner
But when
because I
you
want to.
also have a man that is able to do that and that wants to
Oh,
do that, like, and here I
right.
am, like, overriding it. I'm like, nah, I got it.
Ooh, do you think it sometimes at some point you emasculate them from that?
I bet you do at some point for sure.
Yeah. Like you bruise their ego.
Have to.
Yeah, I think so
Because
too.
I think there are so many
Oh
people that,
fuck. It's like torrential downpouring outside.
yeah, dude, all those, like, New York is flooded right now.
I saw that. But
Yeah.
all this, it wasn't supposed to rain, and then all of a sudden I just hear it in the background. Anyway, no, I think um from the like bruised ego thing, like I think that's a big thing in men or in boys because men don't feel like that, right?
Yes.
Ding
They
ding
do not.
ding. Um, Paying for something that maybe they felt that they were supposed to is like a bruise to their ego for sure.
I think it can be. I
They have to
don't
be
know.
confident within themselves to say like, "Oh yeah, she's paying," or unless you like
But
are
also
in a
like, hey, she does her shit. She gets her shit done. If she wants to pay, she wants to pay. But like,
okay. So if you go on a first date, let me riddle you this. You go on a first date with somebody, right? And you're having like great, good vibes. Everything's like doing well. Check comes, and you take it and say like, I'm gonna pay for this date. I forgot what the question. Take that out. Take that.
I can't. We're just on fucking Liz had 3 glasses of wine.
Ew.
Okay, no, if you pay for if we're out, then I
Would you
pay.
pay for a first date? Okay, that's the question. Would you pay for a first date?
Um, yeah. And I think it's because I'm used to that.
Paying for a first date?
Yeah. Dude, I've dated shitty fucking people.
I feel like a
No.
first date is definitely like, oh, ooh, maybe like who asked who out on the date should
Okay,
be the one that
so I
pays.
think that's important. I think who asks who out is also important, and it's an important factor that who pays for it.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a date on Thursday.
but what the fuck with
None of your business. That's an offline conversation. No
that's
names.
fine. Is he older than 30?
Yes.
Is he older than 40?
No.
Okay. Well, that's all
But
I need to
okay.
know right there. I'm telling you, dude, the only man in their 30s who is like just capable of grasping, I think, how women feel and how men feel, and like the wisest person I know is my friend Mike. Dude, he's been in this relationship for like 12 years with his beautiful girlfriend. I really hope you guys meet each other soon. They're
Is that the one that was on the last podcast?
No, that was a different Michael. Well, that was Michael. But Miguel is just he's just a different type of dude. Like he's wise. He's wise beyond his years, I think.
Well, then I definitely need to meet him so that he can put some of his wisdom onto me.
I texted him the other day. I said, bestow upon me your wisdom, please.
Exactly.
I need it.
Ugh. Dating is just trash and I don't want to do it. Okay, now that we're in the dating world, what do you talk about on dates?
I have no desire to date, so I'm not going to worry about it. But
you obviously dated this past one. Like you started out in somewhere.
We started out somewhere because we knew each other.
Mm.
And I think that's different. And I dare I say, like, it might be better off starting like as friends. Like you already really like you already know each other a little bit. You know like what's going on, like how they are outside of that. Which I think has a lot to do with like not whether or not you scare somebody off or like they're like, oh, I'm not down with this or X, Y, and Z. Like I worked for him and like I was never any different. And it's funny because when we were on vacation with our mutual friends, like he stepped away and Mike and Kate were like, or Kate said like, oh, isn't this wild? And like, I forget exactly like word for word, but Mike was like, they act exactly how they did when they worked for, like when she worked for him.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
you already had like a mutual connection.
Right. But like talking shit and laughing and having fun. And it was just about that. Like,
yeah.
So I have no desire to date. I think my pussy is going to dry up and go to dust and blow away because I don't want to do this again.
No,
let it go to the wind.
I was there in the first 72 hours too. I was there within the first 72 hours. But I think as you like process the breakup and you kind of like understand what side you want to be on, do you want to be on the continued heartbreak side or do you want to be like the victor in this, right? So if you want to be and as hopeless romantics that we are, right? We always want to be the victim and like keep staying in that sort of like, oh, woo me, the woo me.
I think it's whoa me, not woo.
Whoa me. Well, woo and whoa me. Whatever. I'm not allowed to. Was your point of this podcast to get me drunk and put me on the internet?
No, but it's really working. I think it's like, woe is me. Woe is me.
Woe is me. Yeah. Yeah.
You said, woo me.
How is that not the same?
Throw up.
Show me the lie.
So
Show me the lie.
They're not really.
I'm out of wine.
Are you getting more wine?
I was gonna. Are you gonna let me take a break? I do have to pee.
Yeah, so do I. Give me 2 seconds. Liz told me to start recording again after we took a pee/wine break, and now here we are.
And cheese and dogs.
What kind of cheese are you eating?
This Parmesan rosemary from Trader Joe's, and it's so good.
Trader Joe's is my world.
We should stop at Trader Joe's.
We can stop at Trader Joe's.
As my eyes like lit up.
I know. Okay, we can definitely do that. We were sort of just touching on the fact while we were on pause about people being right person, wrong time. So go ahead. What do you think about that?
So I'm like, again, like I said, like earlier, I'm kind of like a firm believer in that not being the case. But if you look at it from like the perspective of maybe they changed in the way that you couldn't change them when you were with them, right? Like, so you're not necessarily saying right, wrong time, or right person, wrong time. That person's not who you want. They need to evolve in a different way
Okay.
to meet
Okay.
the needs that you want,
Right.
right? So like
Right. Okay.
when you were with them, maybe they stopped their growth or stopped their healing because they were distracted by, what you guys were doing in your relationship. So
Mm-hmm.
they were stopping what maybe needed to do in order to make them better.
Right.
So your breakup pushed them into that position to grow, be better, whatever.
And it
So
can for
in
sure.
it can, right, because now they're maybe taking that time to like process things that they had not processed and dealt with or whatever because they were distracted by, being happy in a relationship, whatever. If you look at it from the way of saying like, I don't know, it's so hard because everybody is so different and like
Right.
people do things so different. So like, you can't just like generalize it, but you almost can because you can say like, okay, they took the time to like do this, whatever. They're now a different person than when you left them the last time
Right.
in any way. So if you ever revisit that chapter with that or that person again, you're not dating that same person again.
That's gonna scare
And
the
it's
shit
definitely
out
not
of
the
me,
same time.
Liz.
What?
I said that's gonna scare the shit out of me.
But it makes sense, right?
Right.
Like
Right now it does, 100%.
and that's what's
It really
scary, but
does.
also maybe that's also what's great about it
Right.
because you can still love that person for who they were when you were with them, but now you get the chance to maybe love them even more when they've done better. Or you take a step back and say, "Ooh, you overcorrected in your trash now. Goodbye."
Yo, Liz, you say some profound shit sometimes.
Yo, this is recording, right?
It is. It is. Yeah, for sure.
It was that sig break I took. It wasn't really sig.
And it's just like I think it can happen. And our mutual friend texts me. He's like, "Don't give up on him yet." And then I'm
Mm.
like, "How can I? How can I give up on somebody when they're in such a terrible place?"
I think there's so many levels to outside perspective,
I just don't know
and
what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm trying to
I
cut contact.
think
I'm
what
trying
you
to respect it.
want.
And I'm trying to literally, dude, you told me this. I've been doing it. There are fucking
I should
just,
be a therapist.
no, you shouldn't. Pages and pages and pages. And it's like I'm writing down every single thought I have
Yeah,
because I know I want to tell him it, but I
but it's
don't
helpful,
want,
isn't it?
it's helpful. Um, I, but again, it's sort of like what would be, can you stop tappy tappy tapping? Um,
Do not tell my baby not to do
okay, sorry.
that. Mind
Like,
your business,
what
mom.
would be different if he heard it from me? But also, I don't want somebody to hear it from me if they're in a place where they're working on themselves. Like, I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to like be pressured, like, or I don't want to pressure anyone for anything.
Sure.
And like
Or guilt
this,
them, quote unquote, guilt them into a decision one way or the other.
I would never want to do that, right? But I'm
Those aren't
just
my
like,
terms. Those are my ex's terms. He said I was
uh,
trying to guilt him into a decision one way or the other. Moving on.
were
That's
you
not me.
guilting him into a decision?
No,
Okay, tell me.
maybe in certain ways, maybe.
Okay, give me some context then.
No, I feel like if you overly communicate after a breakup, it could look like you're trying to persuade that person into something that they're already checked out of, right? Like,
Right, right, right.
so
And that's,
in your
yes,
head, you are blindsided. You're blindsided. So you're going to overly correct,
I
right?
would
And like
love to
just
do that. I'm going to call you
put
off
it
right
all
there. I
out.
would love to do that. I am not. I am beyond, there's a fly. I am beyond begging somebody to love me like I deserve to
I'm
be
not.
loved. Liz,
I am now after therapy, but I
oh,
was.
are you? Listen, like, I know.
You asked me on this podcast. I don't know why you didn't think I was going to be as ADD as I
I
am.
know, I get it. Listen, no, I think, okay, you know what? We're like that sometimes. Sometimes we're petty and sometimes we're feeling shit and sometimes we can do that. I get it. I can be that way too. A lot of us can. But I'm at an age and a place in my life where if you're not in it to like fucking win it, to do it, I'm not dating you to date you, right? I'm not dating you to like have a good time and hang out. Like, I'm gonna be 34. I'm like dating you because it's something meaningful and serious to me.
100%. Right, because you want more. That's now what you
Right.
know you want. Like you
Yeah.
now know what you're capable of doing and what you're capable of feeling.
Right.
So instead of being like, if this relationship didn't feel that way, I know for a fact you wouldn't feel that way. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
if
Absolutely.
because you would go back to being like, okay, I'm just gonna go have fun. Fine, fuck you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like good riddance. Like I'm good.
Absolutely.
I'm good. I can go get my needs met. But now you're sort of in that position where you're like, oh, I know what's out there and I know how good it feels when I'm treated this way. And I want to always feel like that.
Always. But like, do we search for it?
Right. Like I'm not really trying to really put in fucking work. I'm not gonna
I don't
lie.
want to
I'm
put in
kind of
any
over.
work. I'm
I put
done.
in a lot of work for a lot of years. I'm
Dude,
fucking done. I'm
Liz,
tired.
I know. I'm exhausted. I told him when we started dating, I said, if you break up with me, like, I'm gonna burn your house down because like I'm done. I'm done dating. Like, I'm not going back to dating. I'm not
And
doing
you are
this
now
again.
homeless.
Side note, I will not do that. But I'm like,
Yeah, that's called arson. And then put like the arson hotline.
Jesus Christ, Liz, how many do we have to add to this? This is
I don't know. Alcoholics Anonymous can be the next.
probably like, I would never harm him in any way, right? Like, I never
No,
want
no.
this man to be hurt emotionally or physically in any way, even though I am feeling that right now. I just hope everybody gets what they need to work on. Like, I hope they get the help that they need to work on it. And
Yeah.
you know what? We all do. But like, I don't want to fucking go out there again. I don't want to fucking date again. I have no
You don't want to make yourself
desire.
vulnerable again for
I have
what?
I
Like,
have no desire to do it. I have
same.
absolutely zero desire to get on a dating site, to get out there and be like, oh, like go on the whole fucking small talk fucking
Yeah, like what's
bullshit.
your fucking favorite color? Oh
Yeah,
God.
like, I'm not telling somebody that again. Like, my friends
Yeah.
know it and that's who needs to know it. Like, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
I so
plus I
like
got
what
banned
do
from Tinder, so that like cuts out half my dating pool anyway.
well, I'll hook you up with my friend Jake.
No, Elizabeth, no.
I but I know your type. You have a type for sure.
What is
I
that? How dare you
tall,
Okay.
tall, probably has at least 3 or 4 tattoos minimum, and a beard, and you like a little bit of a gut.
I dude, all I want, oh my god, Liz, all I want is his belly on my belly and his balls on my butthole, basically. Like, that's all I want.
But like I know your type because that's just you've never not been strong about who your type is, whether or not you've dated within your type. Very meh, you know. But I feel like mine is like a bag of Skittles. Like never I have
Pissed all
no
over the grid.
I have no type. Like I have no I guess like nothing that was like, oh yeah, that's definitely my vibe.
Yeah, no,
Like
judging who you've dated,
dated, like they all look
yeah,
different
right. They do.
and they all have different personalities.
Right.
some more scummy than others, but
100%. But like
for the most part,
I'm offended.
are you? Because or do you just feel attacked?
I feel attacked. I don't think. First of all, my last partner did not have a beard. He had a goatee, which
Facial
nobody
hair.
has.
Fine.
Nobody
Well,
has
let's just put
those.
the category facial hair then.
Fine. And he only had 2 tattoos.
Oh, I'm sorry. So my 3 or more just barely didn't get the cut.
Doesn't count. But no, he does. He has a belly, and I'm into it. And but you know what? I used to date people who like did not have bellies either, and they were like hairy, and I loved that. And like
hairy?
oh, I love it. I love hair.
hairy.
Give me it all day long. Now, my last partner was not very hairy. And look at me now, heartbroken anyway.
So maybe you need to go back to hairy.
I'm not going down this road.
Do you ever date a blonde guy?
Yeah.
That one doesn't count. That the one that we're thinking of doesn't count because he like shaved his head.
Wait, who are you thinking of? As she's texting me, you can put it in the chat right here, and I can see it.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a chat feature. I use this for work and still.
I think my high school sweetheart was a blonde, but like that doesn't really count. Ew, he's like dirty blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like dirty blonde brown. Okay, yeah, no. I don't think that counts because
Oh my God, wait.
oh Jesus Christ. What are you remembering? And I hate this. Like I want to cancel this podcast because I feel so attacked at this moment. We're just Are you kidding me? Okay, we're talking about I got a little chat from Liz on the side, so this doesn't pop up. But we were talking about
and it won't.
It's not. We're talking about an ex of mine who may or may not give off Zach Bryan vibes. Dare I say, I don't know who Zach Bryan is.
Whoa, hold up. Take this out. Edit this out.
I can't. I don't know how
because
to
I'm in love with Zach Bryan, but I'm not in love with your ex-boyfriend. Let me just paint a very definitive line.
Okay, no, I get it because he has those hick vibes and he was like a doer. Like he's a strong man and he like gets
not quite
done,
Zach,
but he also fucks everybody and their mother. So who wants that?
Nobody. No.
Nobody.
But he's married now, so. But Zach Bryan, if you're listening, don't take any offense to that. This person is the Walmart Great Value brand version of Zach Bryan. No, also offense to people that shop Great Value because that is also a great brand. However,
don't add an however in there. I'm a thrifter, dude. I'm like, give me the cheap shit. I'm here to live my life.
Babe, I'm a frugal gal. But
I'm also drinking probably like a $300 bottle of wine right now.
Mine was $10.58.
Listen, I love $10.58 wine. I'm just drinking this because I don't want to look at it anymore. And I don't want to carry it around with me. And
I can't drink white wine. It makes me squirrely.
What the fuck?
I know. I like the taste of it sometimes. But when I was in Texas for a work conference, like I had like 3 glasses of Chardonnay and I was like, whew, I was a chatty Cathy. And I had to walk myself sideways back to my hotel room because I was like, I'm afraid to be out in public.
Dude, the last time I did that
at a work conference.
Wow, I've done that shit. I was driving up from, or I was driving, where was I? I was coming from Colorado to Virginia, and I stopped in like Tennessee, Virginia area. Like I was in like both of them or some shit. And I like was at a hotel bar. The boys were in my hotel room. And I'm drinking a couple like Manhattans, right? Which I shouldn't have been doing to begin with, but I did it anyway. And then like this guy asked me like to go have a few drinks with him and his friends. So I was like, cool, for sure. Like, love that. He like went and took the dogs out with me and all this stuff, dude. So we go to a different bar, and then it was very apparent that like there was a woman there that was like all about the person who asked me to go with them, and like their friends were really nice to me and all this stuff, but she kept flirting with him and he was like doing it back, and I was like, all right, I'm out. Like this is weird. So like it wasn't weird. Like I had a few drinks and I was like, all right, I'm out. And I left, and dude, I was so hammered. I stubbed my toe so hard. I was like fucking bleeding profusely. I was in like Tennessee and I was in Bristol, Tennessee. I was staying at this.
Sounds like they voted for Trump.
Probably. I was in this really nice hotel room though, and like I saw the hotel, but I like couldn't walk back. I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like,
it was just out of reach.
It was just out of reach. My shoes are in my hand. I'm like looking, like one eyeing it at this hotel. I'm like, how do I get to the entrance? Like, oh God. All right. Are we done with this? Because what are we doing?
I don't know. I think we're just on a FaceTime pretty much.
We're on a tangent. Okay. We're ending this, guys, because we love everybody.
And we don't want to put you through what our chat is going to be normally.
Yeah, we're just wild. So thank you for joining us. We can't wait to talk next week. We probably won't have as much wine. Okay. Subjective. Cheers, y'all.